Hello everyone, good morning. Today we're going to discuss about Hyper-V Part 2. So uh, remaining parts we will discuss, remaining services in Hyper-V. So creating fixed size virtual hard disk. So how can we create a virtual hard disk in uh, Hyper-V? So first of all, let's know what is virtual hard disk. A virtual hard disk is a file that represents a traditional hard disk drive. The format is VHDx, has the following benefits or the VHD format. So this virtual hard disk will take space from physical hard disk. Okay, and this disk can be large 64 TB versus 2 TB. And the disk is less likely to become corrupted, very less chances to become corrupted. The format support better alignment when the deployed to the larger sector disks. The format support larger block size for a dynamic differencing disks. Okay. So in virtual hard disk, there are types. There are types: dynamically expand hard disk, fixed size hard disk, virtual hard disk, differencing hard disk, and pass through disk. So there are so dynamically expand. It expand dynamically based on the data. It will expand dynamically, automatically. Fixed size. If you given a particular size to hard disk, that amount of hard disk, see, this is physical hard disk. Okay. Physical hard disk. This is physical hard disk. So when you create a okay, when you create a virtual hard disk inside this physical hard disk, for example, dynamic hard disk. So this hard disk size is 100 GB. Let's say 100 GB. 100 GB. Okay. So if you assign 10 GB to this virtual hard disk, okay, this is virtual hard disk, VHD. Okay. If it is a dynamic hard disk, virtual hard disk, see, if you create a virtual hard disk with 10 GB, but this hard disk will not take 10 GB from the physical hard drive. So whatever the data inside the disk, for example, data 1 GB, 1 GB data inside the hard disk. Okay, 1 GB. So it will take 1 GB only from the this is 1 GB data 1 GB. So it automatically takes a space from physical hard disk based on the data. So if data is 1 GB, only takes 1 GB space from the physical hard disk. If the data become 2 GB, then the hard disk total size will become 2 GB. So based on the data, it is taking from the physical hard disk. Based on the data, the disk space will taking from physical hard disk by VHD. Okay. Next, fixed hard disk, fixed size. For example, you create a fixed size. You create a fixed size. Fixed size. So if you give 10 GB, you create a virtual hard disk with 20 GB. So immediately from 100 GB, it will take 20 GB. Then the total free space will be 80 GB here. Immediately it will take. That is fixed. So, but dynamic not like that. It will take based on the data. Okay. And coming to differencing VHD. Differencing VHD, so differencing disks reduce the space used by the storage at the cost of performance. You can link multiple differencing disks. In the differencing disk, you can create multiple disks from the differencing disk. So this disk also taking from the space from the physical hard drive. So let's say give 30 GB space. 30 GB space. So from 30 GB, you can create multiple disks. You can create multiple disks here. This is called differencing disk. So you can create here multiple VHDs, virtual disks. You can create multiple virtual disks. So that is called differential disks. See. This is called differencing VHDs. Okay, and coming to virtual switches. See, Hyper-V is a one of the leading hypervisor. In hypervisor, everything will be virtualized. Disk, CPU, RAM, switch, everything, network, everything will be hardware virtualization. Okay, so coming to virtual switch. So there are three types of switches. One is external and second one is internal and private. So external, this switch is used for map the network to specific network adapter or network adapter team. So this manages external networks. And internal, used to communicate between virtual machines on the host and between the virtual machines and the host itself. So see, if external is, this is for multiple networks, uses external. Internal is between the virtual machines. And private, use it for communicating between virtual machines, but not between the virtual machines and the host itself. See, this is a private. Okay. And coming to Hyper-V replica. Why we need Hyper-V replica? So when the hypervisor, I mean Hyper-V, say we install the Hyper-V in one of the mission DC, right? So if this mission, unfortunately, if the mission got down due to power, network, due to any reasons, or issue with the issue in the uh, operating system, so due to any reasons, suddenly this server not booting or suddenly down, what will happen? What will happen? Because the Hyper-V is in this mission. This is a physical mission. We installed Hyper-V and created many virtual missions in the Hyper-V, right? So all the missions will be go offline, right? So we need a backup. We need a backup. So that is called replica. So we can maintain replicas of virtual missions in a different mission, in a different missions. So that is called Hyper-V replica. With a Hyper-V replica, administrator can replicate their Hyper-V virtual missions from one Hyper-V to one Hyper-V host at primary site and to another Hyper-V host at replica site. So there is a backup site for the primary site. So if the primary site go down, the secondary site will be take care of your host so that you never feel down down of the virtual missions. And this is a high availability. This is high availability. So additionally, administrator can use Hyper-V Replica to test replica virtual machines without disturbing the ongoing replications. If a failure occurs at the primary site, administrator can quickly restore their business operations by bringing up the replicated virtual machines at replica site. Okay. So this is called replications. So now we are going to do lab creating hard disks, different types of hard disks and virtual networks and Hyper-V. Okay. One minute, guys. One second. Sorry. So now I'm going to create a virtual hard disks. Okay. Go to domain controller. Here we have a mission, right? Yesterday we have created the mission. Now let's create a virtual hard disk. Right click on it. Go to new hard disk. Okay. Click next. I'm going to create what is the first hard disk? Dynamic. Okay. Dynamic hard disk I'll create. No, fixed size hard disk. I'll create a fixed size. So here VHD and VHD, two types of hard disks. So VHD, if you want to create a virtual hard disk with VHD, it supports only 2000 GB. Up to 2000 GB, you can create a disk with VHD. If you want to create a more space, more than 2 TB, you can select VHDx. Okay. So anyway, I'm selecting. Either way, anyway, we are going to create a less disk space, hard disk only. So you can select VHD or VHDx. But if you want to create a more than 2 TB, then select VHD. If you want to create less than 2 TB, you can select VHD. Okay. So I'm selecting VHDx. Click next. Here I'm selecting fixed, first fixed size. Click next. This is fixed size. So I'm going to give a name to fixed disk. Fixed disk. Okay. So you want to store the fixed disk in C drive or any other drive, you can store. Okay. Let me, this is a new, let me create a virtual hard disk. Okay. So this is folder I created. Let me copy this and paste here so that this fixed disk will be created in D drive under this folder. Okay. Click next. So what is the size you want to give? So I'm just going to give 3 GB or 2 GB. Okay. 2 GB just for lab purpose, right? But in the real time, we usually give more spaces based on our requirement. Okay. 2 GB. Click next. Okay. And finish. The fixed disk will be created. See here, see fixed disk is created. Now, next. Now, if you want to verify it, open, right click on it, go to properties. See here, fixed hard disk. See 2 GB space. See, right? It's a fixed. So all the space took at at creation time. Okay. Now go to next, dynamic disk. Right click on it, click new, hard disk. Click next, VHDx. Click next, dynamically expanding. So this dynamically expanding means based on the data. If the data is increasing, automatically disk space also will increase. Disk space also will increase. So click next. So here, let me give dynamic hard disk. Dynamic hard disk. Dynamic hard disk, fine. So here again, give the same location. Slash. Okay. Click next. So now I'm going to give what is the size of this disk? 14 GB, right? So I will give you, I mean, free space 14, right? I will give you 14. Just giving 14. Okay. Click next. Finish. Okay. Created. Open virtual hard disk. Dynamic hard disk. Right click on it. Go to properties. So what is this size? 4 MB. Interesting, but I gave 14 GB. Why it is showing 4 MB? Because of data. So how much data you are putting inside the hard disk automatically, dynamically will take the space. It will not take the space at the time of creation, but fixed, it took the space at the time of creation, but dynamic not like that. If you're increasing the data, automatically disk also will be increased. See, 4 MB, right? Next, differencing disk. Okay, let's create a differencing. Right click on it, go to new, hard disk, click next, differencing, click next. So here, just give the name, differencing disk. Open, copy, just give the location, slash. Click next. Here, see, in differencing disk, we can create multiple disks, I said. So we need to give, we can create a multiple disks. So where do you want to give, create a disks? Here, give Hyper-V. Okay. Here you just give Win 2012 dot VHDx. And 1 second, select here, go back, click next. Yeah, see, 1 second. Give 2012 VHDx. So we are oh my god, back. We are creating hard disk under this differencing disk. We are creating disks under this differencing disk. Click next. Okay. Click next. Finish. Okay. Why? Because 1 second, got it. One second, because I'm creating the disk here and differencing disk in some other place. So cancel it, right click on it, go to hard disk again, click next, VHDx, click next, differencing, click next, give differencing. Okay, click next. Here, give Win 2012.VHDx. Okay, click next. One second, maybe wrong. I'm wrong. This is the parent disk. Okay, after parent disk, we need to create a. Okay. One second. Go back. Location would be. Okay, let me give this location. Same location. Okay, slash, click next, and specify the virtual disk that you want to use as a parent for the new differencing virtual. Okay, I'm just specifying Win 2012. Okay, click. So I'm specifying Win 2012 VHDx. Okay, click next. Server encounter error creating virtual disk. Failed to create. System. Okay, maybe space issue. Okay. One moment. Okay, if it is a space issue, let me create cancel it. Right click on it, go to new hard disk, click next, VHDx, differencing, click next, give differencing. Okay, click next. Here we need to give disk name. Okay, Win 2012 Win 2012 .VHDx. Okay, click next. You have successfully completed the virtual disk. You are okay, finish. So why this error is coming up? System failed to create. 1 minute, guys. Oh, system. Are we missing anything? Okay. 1 moment. Go back. Browse. Browse and select the parent disk. Okay. So parent disk. Yeah. You should select parent disk. Okay. 1 second. Go to D drive. Okay. And Okay, we need to select. Okay, we need to create a parent drive. Before creating a, we need to create a parent drive. So here we need to select a parent drive. Okay. Okay, let's select this. Okay, let me create a parent drive. But click next, click next. Okay, so let's create a parent drive, one parent drive. So that is, let me create a dynamic. Click next and dynamic. Win 2012. Win 2012 hard disk. Okay, so I'm going to create a parent drive here in the same location. Just one dynamic disk. First, we need to create a parent drive. Yeah. Hmm. No, 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 no. Actually, we are somewhere. We are just cancel. Right click on it. New hard disk. Click next. Click next. Differencing. Differencing. Okay, in differencing, we have to give here name, but why it is not taking up? Okay, let me give this path because this time in this batch, I'm changing the path. Okay, win 2012 win 2012 dot VHDx. Okay, click next, finish. Server encounter error trying to fail to create virtual hard disk. VHDx. Okay, system failed to create. Okay, one moment. Okay, nothing was here. Always because I changed the paths this time. That's the reason. Just confusing. Back, go back, come. D drive. What? Okay. Differencing. 1 second. Maybe differencing disk. Okay. Click next. Okay. Click next. So it seems it is came automatically. Okay, good. Finish. Something issue. System failed. System failed to create hard disk differencing. Maybe issue here, I guess. we are correct only. I don't know why it is. One moment, guys. Okay, let me create a different path. Hyper-V, hyper-V. One second. C drive. Go to, yeah. No, go to D drive. Create a folder called Hyper-V. Hyper-V. Okay. Under Hyper-V, virtual. Under virtual, hard disk. Okay, let me give this path. Go back. Win2012.VHDx. VHDx. Click next. Finish. So some issue here, I guess. Maybe I feel not space issue also. Then why? This is the last time. I'll okay, differencing. Okay, leave it as it is. Same. Okay, and here give win 2012 dot VHDx. Click next. Finish. No issue here. I don't know why it is not creating. It should create differencing disk. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll do one last try. Hard disk, select here, VHDx, differencing, select here, and D drive, I will select this. Virtual hard disks, select folder. Differencing, okay. Click next. Select. Let me select dynamic. Okay. Click next. Finish. Yes, we need a separate disk before creating this one. Okay. Okay. Now go to, we need to select disk to create differencing disk. So in the dynamic disk, differencing disk will create. So we should create a separate disk. Okay. Now let me go to inspect disks. Go to inspect disks. Click here, go to, yeah, you can see inspect disks. If you click here, inspect, automatically, if it is in default path, it will show. Otherwise, you need to see here. Differencing disk, dynamic disk, fixed disk. Okay. Next. So that way we can create a disks. So go to here, right click on it, properties. See, this is 4 MB. Based on the data, it will increase. Okay. Now go configure virtual networks. Let's create a virtual networks. Now creating, we created a disks. Now let's create a virtual networks. File, go to file, sorry, actions, virtual switch manager. Click here. So you can create a virtual networks like external network, internal network, private network. Okay. So here select first, let's create an internal network. Okay. Create switch. So here you need to give internal network, internal network. Select internal, apply, OK. Click OK. Internal. Now go to again virtual switch. So created internal network. Now external, select external network. Okay, either private or internal network. First, let's create a private network. Create private network. Private network. Private network. See, here it is creating private network. Select private. Click OK. That's it. Okay, click OK. Created. Now right click on it, go to virtual switch manager. Now external, create external network. This is external network. External network. External network. Select this one. Anyway, we don't need to create external network. We have an external network. This is the external network. I think no need to create an external network. We have already have a external network. No need to create. See, right click on it, go to virtual switch manager. See, this is internal network. This is private network. This is external network. See, this is external network. It's already there. If you want to rename it, you can rename it. Okay. External network. Cancel. Now let's create a what mission here, or you can assign this hard disk, network, everything. Right click on it, go to new virtual machine, click next, test VM. I'm creating a test VM. So here you can attach the networks and disks here. Okay, click store. Store the virtual machine in this. Click next. Click next. 1024 MB, I mean 1 GB. Click next. Now select the network. This virtual machine should be in a private network or internal network. Internal. Click next. Okay. And the hard disk should be where you need to select the hard disk. D drive, virtual hard disk. I mean VHDx. Now you can give the path to store the hard disks. Or use existing. If you want to create a new hard disk, select this. If you want to create an existing hard disk, select this, browse here, go to D drive. We have created, right? you can select this. So let's fixed size hard. Let me create fixed size, or you can select dynamic or differencing, anything. You can select it. Click next. So that way you can select a network which we have created and hard disk which we have created. Finish. See, virtual machine is created. So that is how we usually use networks. So for existing already created virtual machines, how you are going to change? Right click on it, go to settings. Here you can change. Here you can change network and everything for the existing virtual machines. For example, for existing virtual machine, I want to change network internal. And you can change anything like processor, memory, firmware, and hard disk. Is there a hard disk here? Yeah, hard disk. Okay, apply. So this is how we create networks. Go to ncpa.cpl. If you open here, see this many networks created for the Hyper-V. See, this is Hyper-V external network. This is Hyper-V internal network. Internal network. This is external network. And coming to Replica. Okay, we have two missions. Likewise, we can create multiple virtual missions in a Hyper-V. Suddenly, if the Hyper-V goes down, what will happen? All the missions will down. So if this mission got down, for example, let me shut down. What will happen? What are the mission? If I shut down here, what are the missions in this Hyper-V? In this Hyper-V, all the missions will go down, right? So for that, to make high availability, we can create a replica server, Hyper-V replica server. So go to here, Control Alt to Del. This is one more server. Here we need to enable Hyper-V. Here we need to enable Hyper-V. Add roles and features. No, it is taking time. Any questions? Any questions so far? Right, click here. Yeah. Now click next, click next, click next. Hyper-V. Add. See, we are getting the same issue yesterday we got, right? So first shut down this PC, shut down this server, shut down, I mean, and also shut down this because we need to, no need, I think this is enough. Shut down. So we have steps. We need to follow these steps. These steps. Okay. Right click on ADC. Go to Open VMware Virtual Directory. Expand. Right click on it. .vmx. Open with Notepad. Expand. Go down. Copy this. Copy this and paste here. Close it and save. Done. Now start the mission. Before starting the mission, go to Edit Virtual Machine Settings, Processor, select virtualize Intel VT and what else? I forgot this. CPU performance counters. Select CPU performance counters. Okay. Now turn on the machine. So here, let me open Hyper-V machine, Hyper-V Manager. Click Add Roles and Features. Click Next, click Next, click Next. Select Hyper-V, Add Feature. And also, we forgot to run this. Make sure run this. What is this? In PowerShell, we need to run this. Enter. And command prompt. Go to command prompt, right click on it, run as administrator. Make sure just run it. Copy, enter, and next this one. Okay, done. If you get error also, that's fine. No need to worry. Cancel this. Again, add roles and features. Click next, click next, click next, Hyper-V. Okay, click next, click next, click next. Select external, click next, click next. See here, this is storage. Here the Hyper-V hard disks and Hyper-V machines will store in this paths. Okay, click next, install. Oh, I think we forgot to check that. We need to reboot after this completion. If you check the box, it will automatically reboot. So meantime, let it install. Meantime, we will do some changes in the firewall. Okay, go to firewall, firewall.cpl. Turn off this. Okay, and go to advanced settings. Here we need to write inbound rules. We need to write inbound rules. So what is the inbound? I mean, few inbound rules we need to enable. If necessary, we need to create new rules also. Hyper-V. Oh, no. I think we have to wait until finish this installation. Then only rules will create. Restart. Restart it. Okay. Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Okay. It's taking a lot of time to, yeah, now it is starting. Yeah. So this is the prerequisites, Hyper-V prerequisites. Just read this prerequisites. So, but in the real time, we don't install everything on the DC ADC. Okay. DC is only for domain controller, nothing else we install in the DC. Okay. Not so, but we are installing everything DC and ADC. So this is the lab practice. That's okay. But in real time, we have a separate server for each service. For DC service, we will have a different server. For Hyper-V, we will have a different server. Um, for each service, we will have a different servers. For DHCP, we will have a different server like this. Sorry. Mm, I can do it before, but I would like to show you all this. I can do it before to not to waste the time, but you guys also see one more time, right? Go to tools, Hyper-V Manager. This is a new Hyper-V man. Okay, like DC. Here we installed a Hyper-V, right? So same like we installed in ADC, in ADC server. So nothing. So no virtual machines in this Hyper-V. So I will replicate this virtual machines to here, because if this server due to any reasons, unfortunately, if the server go down, then we will have a backup. Okay, so i- in real time we will have servers in the Hyper-V machines. So servers should have a high availability, right? So let me go to here, firewall, CPL, firewall rules, advanced settings, inbound rules, Hyper-V. See, Hyper-V is enabled. Hyper-V, I want to enable Hyper-V on HTTP. Yes, and HTTP. Enable this rule. This also. Okay, these two rules we need to enable. Okay, and here also, if we want to replicate from here to there, again we need to enable same thing here as well. Okay. Now go to here, right click on it, Hyper-V settings in second server. In second server and ADC, right click on it, go to settings. In settings, we need to enable replication. We need to enable replication. Here, yeah, replication here. Select replication configuration. Enable and go down and select use Kerberos. So over Kerberos HTTP, the replication will happen. And here, come here, select allow replication from the specified servers. Add. You no need to add, just apply. That's it. One second. Okay, enable HTTP replication. No, select this. Allow replication from the any authentication server. Okay, yep. Select this, not this. Apply. Okay. Okay. And click OK. Now go to server 1 here. Right click on it. See here, no virtual machines. So now I would like to replicate test VM to here. Right click on it, enable replication. Here you need to enable the replication for that virtual machines, test VM virtual machine. Click next. Now replicate server, where you want to replicate this. So here we need to give test2. What is the name? Win-ADC. Here I want to replicate Win-ADC. Check name. Click next. Click next. So here should be very careful. You Kerberos, select this and make sure port number 80, and this is the replica server. Replica server. Click next. And the virtual hard disk, click next. So choose the frequency at which changes will be sent to replica server. If any changes happens in this server, in this Hyper-V, that replication will be replicated. Updates will be replicated in the 5 minutes or immediate. So you can give the frequency. Okay. So here the frequency 30 seconds, 5 minutes, and 50. Like give 30 seconds. Every 30 seconds, if a new update comes, that update will be replicated to here. Okay. Click next. So here, maintain configuration. Maintain only the latest recovery point. Yes, maintain only latest recovery point. Select. Send an initial copy over the network. Yes. Send initial copy over the network. and start the replication immediately, or you want to schedule immediately. Click next. Finish. Click finish. So now the replication has started. Replication enabled successfully. Okay, close. Now here come, see, immediately there is test VM came here. So likewise, you can replicate the virtual machines into other Hyper-V machine. If this is down, the other primary, backup virtual machines will take care. So that's how we can uh, create a high availability. And also you can create a failover. Failover means when this is down, when the test VM, this machine is down, automatically the failover, this will take care. Means server would not down. So right click on it, go to right click on it, go to replica server, right click on it, replica test failover. So test failover means when this is down, this old machine is down along with test VM, this will take care. So here you need to select test VM latest recovery, test failover, click test failover. See, this is the failover. So if this is down, this will take care. This is the test failover. Okay. Any questions? That's all for today. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.